What's up everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about my thoughts as a professional player on the Puma STEWIE 3. A really interesting shoe, as they do look a lot like a Kobe model and they also come with a drop-in midsole. If you're new to this channel, my name is Lucas. I'm a professional basketball player in the first league in Austria and I like to do shoe reviews, so make sure to hit that subscribe button if you don't want to miss any professional performance reviews. With that being said, let's get straight back to the Puma STEWIE 3 and talk about their retail price. They go for 130 euros or dollars. I got my pair from Kicks. You can find an affiliate link down in the description box below. If you're interested in copying them, there's still some sizes available. And about the shoe, my initial thoughts, the traction performance looks very interesting. It's a very cool design feature, as we have this little rose here in the back, and you can see that the rose is the starting point of the whole traction pattern. We've got a root-like system, a branch-like system, and it's going all over the outsole. And so far, just by testing them on my wood floors in my apartment, it feels pretty solid. We know from the past that Puma shoes do oftentimes struggle with dust, so I can't give my opinion on that yet. But if you've played with shoes like, let's say, the All-Pro Nitro, you do know that they are an amazing performer, but dust pickup and performance on dust is terrible. And we've had similar issues with the MB line and some other Puma shoes, so I do hope that this time it will be better on the STEWIE 3. I can just say from my initial thoughts and my initial experiences in my flat that they squeak and that they actually feel like they have a good bite, but of course I can't compare with a dusty court. For the cushioning setup, I mentioned already, they come with a drop-in midsole, which is very interesting because it's the first time that Puma has used a drop-in midsole on their basketball shoes. And as you can see, it does look a lot like the drop-in midsole used on the Wade 8083, the regular 8083, with the carbon plate here in the midfoot and then the extra cushioning setup in the forefoot. For the weights, it was boom setup in the forefoot and Cloud Plus drop-in. And here I'm just checking to see if it says on the insole somewhere, but it actually doesn't, which is interesting. Usually it says it's a nitrofoam midsole with an added layer of nitrofoam cushioning here in the forefoot. So Puma's most premium cushioning that's also used here on the All-Pro Nitro. Feels very similar to a Kobe setup. Low to the ground, responsive, and essentially pretty much like a Kobe, as I said. For the support of the shoe, I can't say much yet. Of course, we've got that carbon plate here. Usually with drop-in shoes, the most support comes from the insole actually, because we have the carbon plate here, and like here we should be able to fold the shoe like crazy, which we can. So it's always interesting with drop-in midsole shoes. It seems to have a nice lacing system. We also have a heel counter, so I do believe that the support features will have no issues. The materials are also a very interesting feature. I first thought that they did use some leather aspects here in the back, especially here you can see the heel tab looks like it's leather, but if you check the tech specs or the sticker that comes on the insoles, you can see for the upper we have textile materials only, so only synthetic and textile materials. We've got a nice plastic overlay here in the forefoot, which will for sure help if you're a toe dragger, so I believe durability should also be good. And like the fin material that's used for the upper itself, that you can see right here, is not really exposed anywhere else on the shoe, so I do believe durability should be good. I don't think breathability will be good because, as I said, there's a lot of overlays on the shoe itself, so I do believe that's something the STEWIE 3 is going to struggle with. And for the last aspect of this video, we're going to talk about the fit, and sadly they are extremely narrow. The STEWIE 2 were good for wide feet and fit my extremely wide feet very well. And when I first put these on, I mean, it's usually the case with drop-in midsoles. For drop-in midsole shoes, they are extremely narrow. You can see just by looking at the insole already, it's a very narrow fit. And also if you compare it with natural foot shape, that is not what a foot should look like. Your feet would go out here and go out way wider. So it's sad that shoe companies are still making shoes that are so narrow. So if you have wide feet, I'd definitely go up a full size because they are really extremely narrow, especially in this area right here. The toe box is decent, but it also goes together very to a point, so very pointy. So I would also say if you have wide feet, probably not the shoes for you. Maybe try them on in store. And something I want to add is that I absolutely love the design of the shoe. This colorway, it's called the City of Love colorway, is beautiful in my opinion. You can see all the details here around the upper. I showed you the outsole already. Even on the insoles we have this flower theme, the root theme that I showed you on the outsole, and I believe, or I think, they did an amazing job here. Also the box, beautiful, the wrapping inside the box, very nice. Great job by the Puma design team. Going to be very interesting to test these out on court, hopefully not too painful with my wide feet. With that being said, that's all I have for my initial thoughts on the Puma STEWIE 3. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel and comment your thoughts on the STEWIE 3. See you next time for more performance reviews.